Welcome to Mr. English Daily. Are you ready to practice your English conversation skills? Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. English Daily, your favorite place to learn real, everyday English through honest conversations that actually mean something.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. And before we get into anything deep today, I have a very important question for you.
Oh no. When Sarah says important question, I always feel nervous.
Relax. Okay, everyone listening. Payday. The money hits your account. Phone in hand. What is the first thing you do?
Ooh, that is a dangerous question.
Option 1, you immediately move money into savings, like a responsible adult.
Respectable.
Option 2, you open a shopping app within 60 seconds.
Also very human.
Option 3, you suddenly start searching for flights like you're a millionaire on vacation.
Classic.
Or option 4, you tell yourself you'll be responsible this month and then order the most expensive meal on the delivery app.
Why is option 4 so specific, Sarah?
Because we are here for honesty, Mike, not performance.
Fair. And I think a lot of people listening just felt very seen.
Exactly. And that is why today is going to be a great episode, because this topic is not something from a textbook. It lives in your bank account, your habits, your choices, and sometimes your guilt.
Yes. Today we are talking about one of the most real questions people ask themselves, whether they say it out loud or not.
Save money or enjoy life now?
That question. Simple on the surface, but actually kind of a big deal when you sit with it.
Because it sounds like a money question, but it's really a life question.
Right. It's about security and freedom, about planning and pleasure, about your future self and your present self.
And about guilt. So much guilt.
The guilt after you spend, the guilt after you don't spend. Sometimes you really cannot win.
You buy something and think, that was irresponsible. You don't buy it and think, am I even enjoying my life?
And if anyone listening knows that exact feeling, you are not alone. We are talking about you today, in the best way.
Also, I'll say this now, Mike and I will not agree on everything in this episode.
I am a very well-balanced person, Sarah.
You are balanced in the way that you save carefully and then spend it on something you call a meaningful investment.
That is not the same as just spending.
It never is with you.
And this is exactly where the conversation will be interesting.
Now, this is also a great topic for English learners because this kind of conversation happens everywhere, with friends, family, coworkers, classmates, and sometimes just inside your own head.
Today, we will help you talk about spending habits, priorities, financial pressure, and life choices in natural, useful English.
This episode is designed for B2 learners, but if you're a strong B1, stay with us. Some parts may stretch you a little, and that is a good thing. The more you listen, the more you will catch.
And don't worry about getting every single word the first time. Follow the big ideas. Feel the conversation. You can always come back and listen again.
We also prepared a really solid word tour for later in the episode.
Not the basic stuff, real phrases you can actually use when you talk about money, decisions, and life choices.
And when a key word appears for the first time, one of us will give you a quick, simple explanation so you can keep listening without getting lost.
But first, a small favor. If Mr. English Daily is helping your English grow, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with one friend who is either a saver, a spender, or someone who calls impulsive spending treating yourself.
Every like, every comment, every share helps more English learners find this channel, and it tells YouTube that this kind of real, honest English conversation is worth watching.
And we genuinely love reading your comments.
So, here is today's comment challenge. Leave us 2 things. Number 1, are you more of a saver, a spender, or somewhere in between?
And number 2, what is one thing you never regret spending money on?
For example, spender, working on it. I never regret spending on good food. Or saver, I only treat myself on travel. Or just balanced most of the time.
Spender working on it is going to be very popular.
Very. Okay, let's get into it.
So let's start with the trigger moment, payday. The money arrives and immediately something happens inside your brain.
Yes, one part of you wants to save it, the other part wants to celebrate it.
Why do we split like that?
Because money is never just money. It carries emotion. It feels like reward after hard work. It feels like pressure because of things you owe. It feels like possibility, all at once.
And when all of that arrives together, your brain starts negotiating with itself.
Exactly. One voice is practical. Think about next month. Think about emergencies. The other voice is excited. You worked hard. You deserve something good.
And the excited voice always has better timing.
Especially on payday. For about 10 minutes after salary arrives, people become a little delusional.
A little?
Fine. Very delusional.
This month, I'm starting fresh.
New budget, new habits, new version of me.
I will cook every day. I will not buy unnecessary things. I will be financially wise and emotionally balanced.
And then by Thursday, there were 2 food deliveries and a random candle purchase.
Why is it always a candle?
Because random home items appear when emotions are in charge. This is the classic impulse purchase.
Right. An impulse purchase, let's explain that, is when you buy something without planning it, suddenly, because the feeling in that moment is very strong.
And payday feelings are extremely persuasive.
Okay, but here's the real question. If we all understand this, why do smart people still fall into it?
Because being smart doesn't stop you from being tired.
That line explains half of adult life.
It really does. Most money decisions don't happen when we're calm and clear. They happen when we're exhausted, stressed, or emotionally overwhelmed.
Right. Sometimes you're not buying a product, you're buying relief.
Exactly. I had an awful day. Let me feel better for 15 minutes.
And then tomorrow you wakes up and says, why did we do that?
Present you and future you are always in a complicated relationship.
That is so accurate. And this is where delayed gratification becomes difficult.
Yes, delayed gratification means choosing to wait for a better result later instead of taking a smaller reward right now, like skipping the new shoes this week because you're saving for a trip next month.
And present you does not like that conversation.
Present you always has a speech ready. And people also do something else. They buy something emotionally and then try to justify the expense afterward.
To justify an expense means you create a logical, smart-sounding reason after you already decided with your feelings.
Like, I didn't buy this expensive coffee machine because I wanted it. I bought it for my productivity.
Or, this jacket isn't fashion, it's networking.
Or, this dessert isn't dessert, it's emotional recovery.
That last one has definitely been used.
Multiple times. By me. I choose honesty.
Okay, but now let's be fair to saving too, because saving is not always fear. Sometimes saving is wisdom.
I'm really glad you said that. From the outside, saving can look boring, but when life gets complicated, savings feel like oxygen.
Oxygen is a strong word.
I learned that the hard way. A few years ago, one of those months happened where problems arrived together as a package. A late payment, an unexpected repair bill, and a family expense I didn't plan for.
The premium stress bundle.
Exactly. And in that moment, I understood deeply why people talk about a financial cushion.
A financial cushion, good phrase, is money you keep set aside for unexpected situations. So when something hits, you have breathing room instead of panic.
And it's not just about the money. It protects your thinking. You make better decisions when you're not in survival mode.
Absolutely. And many people grow up hearing, save for a rainy day.
Which means save money now for difficult times in the future. Because problems do not come with a warning.
They really don't. And another idea worth knowing here is live within your means.
It sounds strict, but it's actually freeing. It means your lifestyle matches what you can actually afford, not what social media says your life should look like.
Because social media is showing you morning routines that cost more than rent and calling it simple living.
And then real people feel behind for no reason.
So saving, for me, is not about being boring or afraid. It's about peace. It's about not feeling scared every time something unexpected happens.
Saving can be peace of mind, not punishment.
But I want to challenge the saving side a little now too, because some people save and save and save and completely forget to live.
Yes, and this is the part many people feel uncomfortable saying out loud.
If you only save and never enjoy, life starts to feel like waiting for later, waiting for one day.
And one day keeps moving further away.
Right. Enjoying life now doesn't automatically mean you're irresponsible. Sometimes it means choosing rest, connection, and experiences that make life feel meaningful.
And not all spending is equal. Some spending is just noise, but some spending genuinely adds value.
This is where discretionary spending comes in. Discretionary spending means money you spend on non-essential things, hobbies, eating out, entertainment, travel.
Not rent, not bills, not groceries. More like the choices you make after the basics are covered.
It's your personal zone of freedom with money.
And in your case, Mike, that zone seems to involve a suspiciously high amount of coffee shop visits.
That is not random spending. That is intentional environment design for thinking.
Okay.
But yes, I think it's completely fine to splurge on something occasionally if it genuinely matters to you.
To splurge on something means spending more than usual on something special that you really want. A memorable trip, a really good meal, a gift that matters.
I prefer experiences over things. I almost canceled a short trip once because I wanted to be sensible. I went anyway, and months later I was still talking about it.
Because some purchases disappear fast, but some become memories.
Exactly. And the people who get into real trouble usually aren't on one extreme. They jump between extremes.
Let's talk about that. What do you mean?
I mean those weeks or months where someone says, from now on, nothing extra. They stop going out, stop ordering food, stop buying any small treat. Total restriction.
And then after a while, they feel tired, they feel punished, and suddenly one weekend, everything breaks open.
Yes, one big emotional spending weekend, and then guilt, and then another strict period, and it cycles.
This is not just a money problem, it's a pattern problem.
Which is why balance is the real goal, not perfection. Balance.
So let's make this practical. A simple way to think before spending. Not complicated, just useful.
Step 1, pause. Even 5 seconds, even a breath. Just don't act in the first emotion.
In that pause, ask yourself one honest question. What does this choice actually support in my life?
That question alone will tell you a lot about whether it's desire or impulse.
Then you weigh the pros and cons. To weigh the pros and cons means thinking about the good side and the bad side before you decide, not after.
Good side, this will make my week easier. Bad side, this will make my month more stressful.
Seeing both sides helps you choose with your head and not just your mood.
And here's one more concept that changes how people think about money. Opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost means what you give up when you choose one thing instead of another. If you spend a lot on random online shopping this month, the opportunity cost might be that you can't afford a trip later, or a course you wanted to take.
So instead of asking, can I afford this? Also ask, what am I saying no to if I say yes to this?
It's not about shame, it's about seeing the trade clearly.
Let your brain have a moment. Don't let your mood make all the decisions.
Okay, rapid fire, real life examples. Daily coffee from a cafe. Worth it or waste?
Depends. One coffee that brings you real joy and fits your budget, fine. 5 coffees plus snacks plus delivery, now we need a meeting.
Now we need a meeting is my new favorite phrase.
Because one coffee isn't the issue. Patterns are the issue.
And patterns are where discretionary spending quietly grows without you noticing. Okay, buying a new phone when your current one still works perfectly fine.
I would ask, is this a tool upgrade or a mood upgrade?
Ooh.
If your phone genuinely affects your work or daily function, maybe you can justify the expense. If you're just bored and want something new, wait 1 week. If you still want it after 7 days, at least the decision wasn't just an impulse.
That 1 week rule is powerful. Okay, travel.
Worth a splurge, if it's meaningful and planned. and if it doesn't destroy your next 3 months financially.
Memories should not become monthly suffering.
Please put that on a poster.
I will. And spending on learning, courses, coaching, skills?
Underrated. That kind of spending can change your future. It may look expensive now, but the opportunity cost of not learning can be even bigger later.
Values-based spending. You're spending in the direction of who you want to become.
Exactly.
Okay, but I want to add something important before we move on, because not everyone is choosing between vocation and new shoes.
Yes, thank you for bringing this in.
For some people, this conversation is not about lifestyle choices. It's about survival.
When someone is working hard just to make ends meet, the debate sounds completely different.
To make ends meet means having just enough money to cover your basic needs, with very little left over.
In that situation, enjoying life might mean one small, affordable treat after a very difficult week. And saving might mean putting aside a tiny amount and feeling genuinely proud of it.
And that pride is real. A small savings is still progress. A small joy is still human.
So this conversation should never become judgment. It should become awareness.
Awareness of your own reality, your values, your patterns, and your priorities.
Because the goal isn't to copy someone else's money style. The goal is to build a life where your choices support both stability and genuine joy.
So maybe the answer to save money or enjoy life now isn't about one side winning. Maybe it's about learning to protect your future without abandoning your present.
That's the kind of balance worth working toward.
Even for honest spenders.
Especially for honest spenders.
Okay, now let's slow everything down and go through today's key vocabulary, the words and phrases you can actually use when you talk about money, priorities, and real-life decisions.
Listen, repeat, and think about your own experience with each one.
First phrase, impulse purchase.
An impulse purchase is when you buy something suddenly without planning it because the feeling in that moment is very strong.
Example, I went to the store for one thing and came home with 4 classic impulse purchases.
Or, I'm trying to catch my impulse purchases before I click checkout.
Repeat with us. Impulse purchase.
Impulse purchase.
One more time. Impulse purchase.
Next, delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification means choosing to wait for a better reward later instead of taking a smaller, easier reward right now.
Example, saving for 6 months instead of buying on credit is a form of delayed gratification.
Or, good habits usually require some delayed gratification.
Repeat, delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification.
Slowly, delayed gratification.
Next phrase, justify an expense.
To justify an expense means to create a reason, often after the fact, for why your spending made sense.
Example, she tried to justify the expense by saying the new laptop was for work.
Or, I don't need to justify every expense, but I want to be honest with myself about why I'm spending.
Repeat, justify an expense.
Justify an expense.
Take your time, justify an expense.
Next, financial cushion.
A financial cushion is extra money you keep set aside, like a safety layer for emergencies or unexpected costs.
Example, having a financial cushion helped him stay calm when his car needed a major repair.
Or, even a small financial cushion can make your daily life feel less stressful.
Repeat, financial cushion.
Financial cushion.
Slowly, financial cushion.
Next, discretionary spending.
Discretionary spending is money you spend on non-essential things, hobbies, entertainment, dining out, travel, the choices after your basics are covered.
Example, most of my discretionary spending goes toward books and weekend activities.
Or, when I want to save more, discretionary spending is the first category I review.
Repeat, discretionary spending.
Discretionary spending.
Step by step, discretionary spending.
Next, live within your means.
To live within your means means your lifestyle matches your actual income. You're not spending more than you earn.
Example, once she started living within her means, the financial stress started to lift.
Or, living within your means doesn't mean no fun. It means making choices that fit your real life.
Repeat, live within your means.
Live within your means.
Again, live within your means.
Next phrase, splurge on.
To splurge on something means spending more than usual on something special that you really want or value.
Example, we decided to splurge on a nicer hotel for our anniversary trip.
Or, I rarely splurge on clothes, but I do like to splurge on experiences.
Repeat, splurge on.
Splurge on.
Slowly, splurge on.
Next, weigh the pros and cons.
To weigh the pros and cons means to think carefully about both the good side and the bad side before making a decision.
Example, before accepting the new job offer, he weighed the pros and cons for 2 full days.
Or, it's worth taking time to weigh the pros and cons before any big financial decision.
Repeat, weigh the pros and cons.
Weigh the pros and cons.
Take your time, weigh the pros and cons.
Next phrase, opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost is what you give up or miss when you choose one thing instead of something else.
Example, if you spend all your extra money on subscriptions you barely use, the opportunity cost might be a trip you wanted to take.
Or, the opportunity cost of saying yes to everything is usually your time, energy, or future options.
Repeat, opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost.
Slowly, opportunity cost.
And our last phrase today, make ends meet.
To make ends meet means having just enough money to pay for your basic needs, with very little or nothing left over.
Example, when I first moved to a new city, it was genuinely hard to make ends meet.
Or, some people can make ends meet each month, but saving still feels impossible.
Repeat, make ends meet.
Make ends meet.
One more time, make ends meet.
And that is the word tour for today. You can always come back to this section and listen again until these phrases feel natural and comfortable.
Because the goal isn't just to understand them here. The goal is to use them in your own conversations.
Next time you're thinking about money, priorities, or a decision you're facing, try using some of today's vocabulary in English, even just in your head.
That's how real language learning happens.
If this episode helped you think and helped your English grow, share it with one friend who thinks about money, which is everyone.
Take care of your money, take care of your mind, and we will see you in the next episode.
This is Sarah.
And this is Mike.
And you've been watching Mr. English Daily.
See you next time.